You know that we knock 'em down. CBT, CBT, CBT. Yeah, we know we knock 'em down. CBT, you know we knock 'em down. 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 Yeah, knock 'em down. Yeah, knock 'em down. Yeah, knock 'em down. CBT. Oh yeah, you know that we knock 'em down. CBT.
What up, YouTube and Facebook? It's your boy Big Cool from Colossal Boxing Talk. I'm here with welterweight contender, John the Gladiator Molina. How you doing today, champ?
Good, doing really well.
That's good. First question is, how has training camp for this fight been, or how was it? Because it's over now.
Training camp was by far. I know many have said this in the past, but this is the best training camp I've ever had. Everything's gone exceptionally well. All the hard work is done, and we're just prepared for the fight Saturday night.
That's good to hear. Who did you spar with in preparation for this fight?
We've had many sparring partners to come in. A lot of guys to emulate Ruslan, other guys to emulate themselves. Again, we were looking for many different styles, not just one. We know that Ruslan is a come forward kind of guy, but we got to be prepared for all styles. But we're gonna keep, like I said, we're gonna keep our cards close to our chest, and we'll go ahead and reveal the sparring partners after the fact.
Okay. What do you consider your biggest advantage going into this fight? Is it your reach, your height? What is? Because you definitely have. I think I looked it up. You have a 5-inch reach advantage over him, and you're at least 2 or 3 inches taller, I believe.
2 or 3 inches, man. I'm 5'10" and a half. You're 5'6".
Okay, I was just throwing out a number, but yeah.
I think those are obvious God-given attributes that I have an advantage over. But the whole world if you ask the whole world, they'll probably say I probably won't use those to my advantage. So, all I know is come find that it's going to be a fight. And we both are going to have game plans, but the bottom line, like I said before, Mike Tyson said it best. Everyone has a game plan until they get hit in the face. And I believe before too long, there's going to be a fight that's going to break out, and it's going to be a war.
Okay, speaking of that, kind of leads to my next question. You've been in quite a few wars throughout your career. At this stage, I believe 32 years old, how is your body feeling, at this stage in your career?
My body feels great. You got to remember, I didn't turn pro till I was 24. So my boxing age doesn't fit my chronological age. To me, my amateur experience was in the professional rankings because I didn't have an amateur experience. I had a very short amateur experience. So with that being said, I'm feeling fresh. I think I'm ready. I'm hitting my stride. I think right now is the time. And with someone like the name of Ruslan and what he brings to the table, I think it's going to be a good time for me to capitalize on a great victory, on a great, entertaining, fan-friendly victory.
Hey, I definitely think it'll probably be, a fight of the year type fight. Do you think your fight with Lucas Matisse kind of prepares you more so, even though they're kind of different? They possess power, and Lucas can come forward a little bit. Do you think that fight, which you perform, very well in, kind of can, catapult you to even, just securing this victory Saturday night over Provodnikov?
It's not really fair to say that. Yeah, those are experiences that I can look back on and gain experience from fights like that in the past. But I think come Saturday night, I'll be able to write my own page and be able to recall on those experiences that I've accomplished in boxing. Whether they be a win or a loss, but the experience alone is very valuable, and I think I want to be able to utilize that experience, that being the key word, in the fight Saturday night. I think because of that, experience being the word, is why I'll do well. Not so much so because I could take Lucas, I could take Ruslan. No, you can't really. It's not fair to compare a man to a man because, and the reality is, this is the first time I'm ever facing Ruslan in the ring. So people can compare all they want to this, that, and the other, but the realization is Saturday night we're gonna know for sure.
Definitely. Once you get, you're known throughout your career for being in, top fights. Do you ever feel any kind of pressure to, live up to that? Going into a fight where all eyes gonna be on y'all, Saturday night because y'all styles presumably is gonna mesh very well to give us a very entertaining fight. So do you feel that pressure to continue to live up to that guy who entertains the fans, or you just gonna go with the flow of how the fight comes to you Saturday night?
I'm gonna do what I do, and with that being said, I think that's gonna just automatically have me engage into a big firefight. I don't look at every fight like, hey, I want to leave it all, or not. I guess I don't want to word it like that. I'm always in the fight to fight my heart out. I'm in the fight game to leave it all in the ring. But what I'm saying is, it doesn't. I don't have to force it. It comes natural. Is what I'm trying to say. That's just the kind of guy I am, the kind of fighter that I am, and the fighting style that I possess and that I love. If I'm not in the mix of things, I don't feel like I'm doing my job. So, but as far as pressure goes to kind of rise to the occasion, that's going to happen naturally with both fighters, myself and Ruslan. We both kind of rise to the occasion, so to speak. We both, like I said, we have a game plan until we get hit in the face, and then everything goes out the window.
Okay. We, as you all know, we lost a boxing icon this past weekend in Muhammad Ali. Could you speak on, the impact he had on you, not only as an up and coming fighter, but as a man outside of the ring, and what influences he bestowed upon you, or just made you want to do?
Yeah, losing someone like Muhammad Ali, it was a weird feeling because in the back of your mind, I mean, this is a guy, in my opinion, the greatest of all time. He was a guy that actually transcended the sport. He was bigger than the sport of boxing itself. He was doing stuff like Floyd Mayweather before Floyd Mayweather was even a thought in his father's eyes. And just the way he moved, the way he fought killers, the way he called out killers. I believe when he knocked out Sonny Liston to win the world title, I believe I'm not accurate, 100% accurate, but I believe he was like a 20-1 underdog. And being an underdog is something I know really well in my career because I believe my whole career I've been an underdog. And just, and for him to be able to go out there and accomplish, and not only accomplish the things that he accomplished in the sport, but also accomplish the things in the sport during an era where there was a lot of racial biasness going on in the world, and he was able to overcome that, kind of like a Jackie Robinson, if you will. I think he's very special. So I think the world lost, a great fighter, the greatest of all time, and an innovator in the sport. Someone to transcend and be a fast heavyweight, and someone that could do it all: dance, move, fast hands, move around, be elusive, and step up to any challenge. Take 3 years off and come back, and then take on the heavyweight champion. Yeah, he fell short in that fight, but he came back and got the victory on a rematch. And to me, my heart goes out to his family, and it's a sad day in the world and in boxing, that we lost someone like Muhammad Ali. But I don't know what you believe in, but I believe he's in a better place now.
Yeah, I second that. I definitely, it's definitely sad, but at least he's no longer in pain, and he can rest easy now. Speaking of him, one more question about him. What's your all-time favorite quote or favorite fight of his that stuck out in your mind?
Wow, my favorite quote of Muhammad Ali, it would have to be that. I think it just holds true for this fight. It would have to be when he said that the fight is won or lost far away from witness, behind the lines, in the gym, and out there on the road, long before I dance under the lights. In other words, the fight is won or lost behind closed doors, when all the media is not there looking, and everyone gets to see the glory. They get to see the fight night. They get to see the finished product, but they don't see the hard work going into the fight and preparing for the fight. And by him saying that, it makes so much sense because he was a fighter, so he understands what it takes to get up and get ready for a fight. A lot of people at home that sit and watch this sport on TV, all they do is they see the fight night. They don't know what we go through as fighters to get prepared to step into that ring and go to war. So I think that quote from Muhammad Ali is going to speak volumes Saturday night for myself. The fight was won and lost in the gym, and I think we did everything correct to come out victorious Saturday night.
I definitely agree with that. Speaking of that, what is the hardest part of, just speaking for you, in preparation for a fight? Sometimes it may be leaving your family. It may be, that may be the toughest part because, sometimes the physical part just comes natural because y'all train to be well conditioned all year round. So what is the toughest part for John Molina, getting ready for a fight?
Well, it's a combination of everything. Everyone that knows me knows that I'm a family man. I have 2 young daughters and my wife at home, and I'm very family oriented. And for me, there's a combination of things. It's the constant, keeping your body in check, trying to PR yourself every time to break through thresholds that you had in the past, and then having to spar. And then we fight in a weight-based sport to maintain your weight, which is very important, and then keep your nutrition where it's at, and then continue to not only train 100% in the boxing gym, but be able to translate 100% over into your strength and conditioning. I mean, people don't realize, it's like it's my job. It's what I do for a living. It's how I provide for my family, and I've done well with it, and boxing has done well for me. But it is a job, and it does become tiresome physically, mentally, in every aspect. People think that boxing is just, hey, I'm a tough guy, let me get in the ring and let me go fight somebody. But there's so much more behind it. It's mentally challenging. It's physically challenging. It's emotionally challenging. I mean, it's all the above. And then when you have a family on top of it, and you have to juggle your family life because you're a young father, you got to make time for everything. So it is very difficult. It all comes into play towards the end. So right now where I'm at in camp, and by camp meaning the camp for this fight, I'm ready to fight. It's the anticipation is built. It's come to a head now, and I'm ready to go to war Saturday night. And I'm ready to show why I worked so hard for the last 3.5, 4 months. I'm ready to go out there and get my shine.
One more question, but like I said, I'm definitely looking forward to this fight. I believe it will be a fight of the year candidate and probably the fight of the night. I mean, you guys have proven, that y'all are warriors, all the way through. And like I said, I expect fireworks. My last question on a light note: what talent or hidden talent do you have that your fans may not know that that you would like to share?
Well, hidden talent. I don't know. I think I couldn't say there's very many hidden talents out there, but
or maybe a hobby.
I do a hobby. I enjoy playing softball. I've been playing softball with a team that I've had for the last 7 years, and they become like family friends of mine. I mean, really close. We're all like a tight knit group, and the team is actually called Team Gladiator. Okay. And to me, it's a lot of fun. So any of you softball heads want to go out there and go heads up with my softball team, hit me up on social media. We'll rent out a field and we'll do it the right way. We'll have an umpire and we'll do it the right way. But it's a blast, man. It's a lot of fun. I'm a competitor. I'm very competitive. I don't like to lose at checkers. I don't like to lose at chess. And I sure don't like to lose at softball. So it brings out the competitive spirit in me. But yeah, I do love that. And like I said before, I'm a family man. I love spending time with my family, man. That's the ultimate. That's the end all be all right there is family. And if you have kids, you'll be able to relate to what I'm saying.
Definitely. So I'm assuming your batting average is up there.
I would like to say that, but I'm sure if all my teammates are listening to this interview, they're probably laughing and throwing the phone down. But you got to remember when I'm involved in something like boxing, which is such a this is how I make my living. I can't go out 130% in softball. And I'm gonna use that excuse right now. It's when I'm 50 years old and I'm not allowed to use that excuse anymore. Then I'll be able to readdress that question and tell you if I'm decent or not. But I think I'm an athlete nonetheless, and I'm not gonna strike out. That's for sure.
All right, man. Thank you again for granting us another interview. Hopefully, after the fight, We can do this again. I wish you nothing but the best Saturday night, as well as going on, throughout the rest of your career. And congratulations on the birth of your daughter. And
Thank you.
I wish you nothing but the best. I'll be tuning in Saturday night, and good luck.
Thank you. Tune in Saturday night, and the naysayers and the yaysayers, everyone that's saying good, bad, or ugly, I think they're going to be pleasantly surprised Saturday night, and they're going to get their money's worth. And if you're not there at the Turning Stone, don't forget to tune in, because it will be a night to remember.
There you go. You heard it from the man himself, John the Gladiator Molina. Guaranteed fireworks against Ruslan Provodnikov Saturday night on Showtime. Take it easy, champ.
All right, have a good one.
You too. There you have it. Just wrapping up my interview with welterweight contender John the Gladiator Molina, who will be facing Ruslan Provodnikov this Saturday night on Showtime. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.